Mario fue pintor más de 30 años. Un día me dijeron que pintara el marco por dentro y pinté el lado de afuera.
Si algo se nota diferente, podría ser Alzheimer. Es momento de hablarlo. Un mensaje de The Alzheimer Association y The Ad Council.
That was impressive. Whoa.
You are listening to WHCM 88.3 FM, Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast service of Harper College and its Board of Trustees. It is 7 p.m. on Thursday, so it must be time for Streaming Verse with Nina and Chris. Don't forget, you can head over to YouTube Live, find the Harper Radio channel, and you can watch us on YouTube. Watch us live or watch us when you have a chance. It's up to you.
Thank you for that reminder. Sorry. I don't know what I'm doing.
Nina apparently forgot that we're live. The thoughts and ideas presented on this show are our own and not necessarily reflective of the opinions of WHCM Harper College or its Board of Trustees. Are you doing okay over there?
No.
Getting logged in so we can chat. That's definitely want you to get involved in our conversation if you head over to YouTube Live, Harper Radio channel, and chat with us about our topics. Today, we're going to talk about what we've been watching the past week, or maybe longer. Sometimes we don't get to the other ones we've watched. And also the Golden Globes. And we're going to expand on that topic and make it our own, because it's definitely not for the people. That's all I have to say about the Golden Globes.
All right.
All right, let me check one more button over here, make sure everything looks good. I'm turning up the sound a wee bit. Doo. Testing.
My dad says hi, Chris and Nina.
Hello, Dad.
That's what I said. Why did I forget how to work my computer? Oh, there we go.
All right, so what have you been watching, Nina?
That is a very good question, Chris.
I thought so. It took me a while to think it up, but I finally came up with a good opening statement.
All right. I watched, now this was a while ago. Because of reasons. But the Friends reunion on HBO Max. I just know he's watching.
I think she's sending messages to someone in particular. So you just saw that. That was good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
It was not what I expected it to be. Because I watched Friends. Oh! I'm wearing a Friends shirt. Pivot.
Oh, yeah, pivot.
And we kind of wanted to watch it because my mom just read Matthew Perry's book that just came out. So she finished that, and then we watched the reunion, and it was just so cute. They all just seem like such nice people, and I don't know if that's true, but I just want to hang out with them.
Yeah.
So that was really good.
Well, they were close.
Yeah.
And they kind of talked about this in the special. They basically made them become friends.
Yeah.
You know, by making them hang out before they started filming.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they have a degree of closeness even if they don't keep in... But I've heard they spend, like, holidays together,
Yeah.
you know, occasionally and things
Right.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I thought it was really well done because I thought it was just going to be one of those things where they're all sitting around a table and they're like, oh, yeah, remember that time? But it was really cute.
Yeah. No, it was good. I liked it as well.
What have you been watching, Chris?
Me, I have been... I've been watching... well, I'm going to start with this one. Everything I've been watching, except for one thing, is an emotional thing for today.
Ooh.
The first one is last week's episode of Call Me Kat.
Ooh.
If you are a fan of Mayim Bialik, if you're a fan of Leslie Jordan, you really should watch at least the last episode of Call Me Kat. They did a tribute to Leslie Jordan, who passed away a few months ago, and it involved Dolly Parton, and there were tears, lots of tears, and it was so moving.
Even, I mean, you forced me to watch it while I was sitting there.
It's true.
Yeah. And I was ready to cry, and I knew nothing about the storyline, but it was so cute.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really sweet. And I'm not going to give any spoilers per se, but go find it. If you have Hulu and you don't want to watch the whole show, just fast forward to the last 5 minutes.
Oh, if you have... Oh, I in my mind, I jumbled HBO Max and Hulu. I'm trying.
Yeah, it doesn't help your argument.
No, it doesn't.
But yeah, no, I really, I like the show Call Me Kat. It's one of my de-stressors. And I really like that ending.
Nice.
So
That was really sweet. Okay. Don't cry just thinking about it. Come on now. Another thing that I watched, again, this was a couple weeks ago, but it was on YouTube, so it's free. Great, right? And it was The Murderess, 1974. So obviously this was a while ago, way before my time. But it's based on a book that I read, and it basically, well, it's insane, first of all, and it this girl just goes around murdering people. But
is it true?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Phew.
It covers the topics of like the burden of being a woman and being a girl with the dowry system in play, which is so interesting to me. So this woman just is in this liminal state. She loses her mind and basically starts killing these little girls because they're like, oh yeah, your moms will be so much happier once you're dead. And it's so terrible. But it's just like, what? And it's this old woman, too. And she's, like, running through windows and, like, it's crazy. We read it for a class last semester, and so I watched the movie, and, yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Was the book crazy, too, I'm assuming?
Oh, the book was insane.
Yeah.
But it was, like, we're getting assigned to read this? Like, why is this, like, entertaining? You know what I mean?
You've expanded your brain.
I know. It's crazy.
So I've also been watching, and actually this comes with a touching story. So not a rant, but a touching story.
Okay.
Apparently I've connected to all my shows this week. So I've been watching the current season of Ginny and Georgia on Netflix, season 2. And I have to admit, the first couple episodes, I really just wanted to stop watching it and give it up. But once you get past like the third episode, it's good. It powers up. Anyway, so again, if you liked it the first season, I suggest watching it again. But what got to me was that one of the songs they were playing in episode 5, I think, maybe 6, is from a artist called Big Wild.
Okay.
Like EDM music. And the song is sixes to nine. You turn my sixes to nine. Do you know that song?
No.
You're smiling over there.
I don't know what I'm saying.
But I actually saw that artist
in
in 2019 in Vancouver. And I'm listening to this song. I'm like, I know that song. Paused it, got out Shazam.
Yep.
Shazam the song, realized what it was. I'm like, I think that's the artist I saw when I went to Vancouver. And yes, it was. And then I text my friend who I saw them with.
That's awesome.
And we haven't, chatted in a while. And so, yeah, it was kind of nice that I got to, watch a show and then have a random conversation with a friend of mine.
That's awesome.
And it's a good song.
I'll have to check it out. So we've gotten a lot of comments flowing in here.
Oh, yeah?
We have, my dad is asking you, has Chris tried eating Cheetos with chopsticks yet?
No, I've yet to buy Cheetos, but that's not a bad idea. I got to go grocery shopping this weekend, and I do like Cheetos.
Yes, they're very good, and I think the only reason my dad brought this up is because he wants to say that he did try it.
Yes. How did that go?
I mean, I have a video of it. He was, it worked. He didn't offer me any, which was kind of rude, but it's fine. I'm over it.
Especially because there's no germs if you're using your chopstick lifesavers.
Exactly.
Lightsabers, yeah.
Well, I'd have to wash them first because my cats have
it's
been
true.
playing with them and I have been playing with them. So
But they are washable and they're PBA free.
why aren't we sponsored by these things? I don't understand. Jeff also said that he did his homework and watched White Noise and Emily the Criminal, and he looks forward to this week's assignment.
All right.
That's
Now,
a lot of
that's
pressure.
That is a lot of pressure.
I want to say something ridiculous, like not another teen movie or something like.
What's one of the weirdest things we've watched?
Oh gosh. Oh, blue is the warmest color, but it wasn't weird. Well, it was weird, but it's really weird when you watch it with your sibling because it's very R-rated.
Kind of like Sense8.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Similar to Bridgerton as well.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. But more graphic, I would say.
Okay.
That was an interesting 3.5 hours.
Being very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And have you seen anything else? Or any other comments? I didn't know which to go for first. There.
No. But yes, I have watched other things. The Babysitter on Netflix, I know this came out forever ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was so lost. I was like, what? This, I know he's a child. Like the guy that or the little boy that they're trying to like take his blood because they're in a cult and now they're
jeez.
trying to kill him. But he's so stupid. He keeps running back into the house. So it was driving me crazy. I'm like, I know you're a child, but you are so stupid. Stop doing it. So that was me the entire movie. I don't know if I'd recommend it.
What you should watch is Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
That's old. I don't know what it's on. I'm sure it's streaming somewhere.
It's probably on HBO Max.
Yeah, but it's like Adventures in Babysitting.
Okay, yeah.
And
yeah.
Christine Applegate's in it.
Oh,
I think
nice.
she's in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, here's my rant on
Okay.
what I've watched.
Let's get into it.
I feel like this is very emotional this week, everything
Okay.
I've watched. So the current first half of season 5 for Yellowstone has completed. We've had the mid-season finale, and I am getting ready to get rid of DirecTV Stream.
Yep.
And I've done my research on how I'm impacted and what things will be more challenging for me to watch. First one is, and you're going to be shocked that this is something I had to look into, is TMZ.
Oh my gosh, no way.
So TMZ keeps 2 episodes on their website. So as long as I stay current, I can
No,
at
they
least...
do not.
Yeah, they do. Oh, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, of course I know this.
Of course you do.
Yeah,
Oh
TMZ,
my
they
gosh.
have clips from the show. They have clips on interview on their website, and they also have the last 2 episodes.
Of course they do.
Yeah. So that's one of the ones I had to have a contingency plan for when I cancel like the live TV part of my DirecTV stream.
Right.
The other one is Yellowstone. And I really looked into this because I do like Yellowstone. I like watching it
Yeah.
when it's more current. Not necessarily at the same day, but near real-time release date. You know, just like when you watch Apple TV Plus and I was watching Slow Horses, it released on a Thursday or Friday. And then I could watch it either Friday or Saturday or whatever. So near real-time, but it's still streaming. You can't do that with Yellowstone. Because it's the rights issues that we have.
Yeah.
I should have put the camera on you. It took me too long to figure out
sorry.
what was happening
My
over
headphones
there.
just slipped off my
My
head.
headphones just went way off the back of her head. So if you are a Yellowstone fan, you watch it on Paramount Plus. But they had sold the streaming rights a while ago to NBC. So that's Peacock. So Peacock only plays the seasons that are no longer airing. And I don't know what the pause time is between when it's done airing live until it's available on the streaming service. So I have to figure that out. But it's super annoying. That's part of the reason why they've come up. She's losing her headset again. That's part of the reason why they've come up with these other series. So they had one that was called like 1880 something, and now they have a 1922 or 1923 something, because you can watch those on the streaming service.
Interesting.
Interesting. Very interesting. So I'm a little annoyed with that. And that's
A little?
what Chris is. I know. I'm just like, wah, 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 wah. Why does streaming art? I mean, we already have to pay $8 million to watch anything because we have to, have all these streaming services. But if you're smart and wise, you cancel the ones that you're no longer watching, then just subscribe to them later. But there's certain ones like HBO Max that you need all the time.
Thank you, Chris. I completely agree. That's so crazy that just came into your brain. Wow, I completely agree with that.
HBO Max, yeah. Plus, there's a wide variety of movies available on HBO Max and series. The West Wing is on HBO Max. It's an amazing, well worth every cent.
Chris, do you think my dad would like that show?
I think any sane, rational human being would love The West Wing, because even if you're not necessarily a liberal-leaning human being, it is very informative in how our government works. So it's educational.
You mean I can learn something? My dad just said HBO Max. Ugh. Gaining up. I don't like it. OMG. Okay.
All right. On that note, we are going to take a quick break. You are listening to Streaming Verse here on WHCM with Nina and Chris. Please stay tuned. We will be right back after these brief messages.
Set your reminders and tune in to WHCM Thursdays at 7 p.m. for Streaming Verse. Join Nina,
And Chris and their conversation on all things streaming.
seasonal movies,
Grey's Anatomy.
trivia,
Suggestions on what to watch.
shows from our blacklist.
Shows you didn't know you need to watch.
Streaming Verse on WHCM Thursdays at 7 p.m. on the Harper College Music Machine.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is, "My job is people, everyone is my business." But unfortunately, in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
And we are back with WHCM with Nina and Chris and Streaming Verse.
Yep.
Well, that was insightful and thought-provoking, yes?
My dad just said nice PSA.
It was a little depressing, but...
Yep. Just brought it down a little bit.
Now, while I am a big supporter in preventing suicide...
Yes.
I think if you're suicidal and you have the key to the gun rack,
Yep.
it's not the preventative thing you think it is. I think it's more preventative from children randomly shooting people. It's
or
still,
themselves.
Or themselves. It's still a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I actually had a classmate when I was in 5th grade a long time ago die because... now we'll do a thought-provoking PSA here real quick. The parents had left the gun up on the wall, like in the gun rack, and the kids, 10-year-olds were in 5th grade, were playing with it, and the one child actually shot the other child.
Oh, my God.
So in addition to my classmate dying, the one who lived had, I'm sure that just screwed him up.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
I mean, I heard he's fine, now, but I'm sure for years and years that was just you know.
Yeah.
Even though he was a year older, but still he was 11. It's not his fault.
Oh my God, no, yeah.
So anyway,
My dad just said I was talking about your show PSA. Well, I interpreted that wrong. Sorry, Dad.
but you know, it's always good to talk about prevention and gun safety.
Yes.
So Nina,
Yeah.
let's dive into the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I took a gander and watched the Golden Globes, and I was also one of the people who voted on our poll. I don't know if that poll is still open. Is Megan on our chat or no? I don't know if she can do the chat all the time.
Yeah, no, she's on here.
Okay.
She'll let us know in 8 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know if our poll is still open, but we took a poll on whether or not you do or don't want a host, and it was 100% no host. And after the host that I saw, he was fine. Jared Carmichael, I think his name is. But it was some of his stuff was very inside Hollywood, which I didn't know and I didn't get. And not that other people wouldn't, but he made a Scientology joke.
Oh.
And it's like
Tom Cruise?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because Tom Cruise returned 3 of his Golden Globes because, you know, there's a big problem with the Golden Globes. And Gerard Carmichael opened it up about that because there were no African-American people as part of the board until after the whole George Floyd situation.
Yep.
So that he talked about that, which was good. But then he did a joke about, you know, Scientology because Tom Cruise boycotted them last year and sent back his 3 Golden Globes. And then the joke was that maybe we can exchange these to find this female. Well, the female ends up being a woman who has disappeared, who was like married to the leader of Scientology or something. So it was just like whoosh, right over my head. Yeah,
I don't get it.
So yeah, the awards. I actually, in general, liked who the awards went to. So I was very excited. So I'll start off with this one before you share yours. He called it EAO. Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Oh, yeah.
And they call it like EAO, I guess.
Yeah, they had an abbreviation. I don't know what it was.
I don't know if it's EEEAO.
I think it's just EAO because that's a lot easier.
Right. So, Ki Wei Kwan.
Yes.
He won.
His acceptance speech was so cute.
It was amazing. And if you are thinking, well, I have no idea who that is, he was the little boy who was in the Temple of Doom.
Indiana Jones.
Yes, he was so good in the movie. I mean, I
So
saw
good.
the movie, and his acceptance speech was amazing.
Yeah, that movie is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was upset because Taylor Swift didn't win.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. The song Carolina, which is, I haven't seen the movie, where the crawdads sing. I don't know if it's in the movie or like a credit situation. I'm not really sure. But I really enjoyed that song. Also, Hold My Hand by Lady Gaga. Never seen Top Gun Maverick either. And I don't plan on it. Sorry, Dad. He keeps like, we gotta watch Maverick. I'm like, no thanks. And Lift Me Up, which was in Black Panther, were all nominated, and none of them won. And Ciao Papa, I can't say it, which is from the Pinocchio that my brother will not stop talking about because he was obsessed with it. So the entire vacation, he was just singing that song, and it was really, really annoying because he only knew 2 words. But yeah, I wasn't happy with that. And that's all I got.
Okay. Well, let me just go through some of mine real quick before we get into the meaty why Chris is angry part.
Chris is angry again?
Oh, yeah. We've got rage with the Golden Globes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I don't know her name, but the main woman in EOA.
Yes.
Michelle.
Oh my gosh. Hang on.
Yeah, you can look that up. So she won, which is awesome. Very happy for her.
Mm-hmm.
But we have a community who is defending, causes.
Mhm.
Yet she said, "Shut up, please," to the person playing her off. And then said, "I can beat you up."
What?
Yeah. And they had to make the host later on made a reference to that was just a recording. It wasn't actually the woman we have playing the piano. And I understand, like, everyone wants to talk through being played off.
Right.
I get that. 100% get that. But now you're being violent when you're supporting causes opposed to violence. And
Yeah.
you're attacking someone for literally doing their job. It's not
God.
her fault. It just struck me the wrong way. But the fact that
Yeah.
they made a point of correcting it by saying, "Oh, it was just a recording at that time," makes me think like even they went, "Whoa,
Yeah.
this was not good." But it made me think. In a little bit, we're going to dive into what we think some of the awards should be.
Mhm.
My thought is, instead of playing off music to play people off of awards,
Mhm.
you should have like their children come get them, their mother come
Yeah.
get them, their dad, their spouse, whatever.
That, yeah.
They should just have their friend walk up and go, "Yeah, you're done now."
Yeah, get out.
Get out.
You're done.
Because I think that would make them stop,
Yeah.
and then we could all move on and all be good.
Yeah.
Or they would do a song and dance, one or the other. But that was my idea for, instead of play off music, use a person in their life to take them off the stage.
I like that. I really like that, yeah. Because the music starts and then everyone just freaks out.
Exactly.
They get all up in arms and calm down.
Yeah. There was a Ryan Murphy won the Carol Burnett Award.
Okay.
Do you know who Ryan Murphy is? Like the creator of Glee
Yes.
and Poise. Is that what it's called? Pose or
Pose, I
Pose?
think.
Yeah. And I really liked his acceptance speech because it was all about all the talented people he's gotten to work with.
That's
it wasn't all about
amazing.
him. It was amazing. He did. I really liked that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I really liked, you sent me Jennifer Coolidge's speech.
She's amazing.
I literally wrote down, she's a relatable queen. Wow. I love her. I think she spoiled White Lotus, but I don't even care.
I know, that's so funny. I haven't watched season 2.
I haven't either. And I was going to start watching season 2 because Aubrey Plaza
On
is in that as
HBO
well.
Max.
On HBO Max, so never mind, I can't watch it.
But Jennifer Coolidge is amazing.
She's the coolest.
You should show the speech to your parents.
Oh. Is it on HBO Max?
Well, on your phone and go, "Isn't she wonderful and
Yeah.
talented? We should watch this."
Yeah, we should watch her in White Lotus.
Yeah,
Yes.
she really did. If you have not seen Jennifer Coolidge's acceptance speech, I strongly recommend Googling it and finding it. It's very funny. It's
Mhm.
very funny. My neighbors will talk to me now.
I know. I was like, this is great.
One of the other ones I liked was there's a show on Apple TV Plus.
Mhm.
It's called Blackbird, and it's about a serial killer. And
Oh.
I've been watching it very slowly because the dude is so creepy.
Mhm.
So creepy. And it's a true story. It's
Oh.
not a fake thing.
Okay, yeah.
So that's why it takes me sorry, I didn't put the camera back on me. So do I
Oh.
need to go through all my gestures
Yeah.
again?
So creepy.
But he won the Best Supporting Actor in that
Okay.
category, and his name is Paul Walter Hauser. He plays Larry Hall, who was the serial killer.
Mhm.
And I was so happy to watch it because it's like, okay, I feel better about finishing it now because he's not so creepy.
Right?
I can separate it now, and because I'd never
Oh
seen
my
him in
gosh.
anything before.
Yeah.
So I just look at him and think he's a serial killer. I mean,
Right.
obviously I know it's acting, blah, blah, blah. But
Yeah,
I
but, like-
unfortunately get way too into, like, I get way too emotionally connected to some of the stuff when it comes to these shows.
Me with anything.
Yeah. So I'm excited to now watch it because it's like, okay, he's not super creepy.
Yeah. Right. So Megan commented and said, Ryan Murphy gave a phenomenal speech. And my dad said, Eddie Murphy? No, Dad, different person.
Oh, but he also did give a speech because he won the Cecil B. DeMille Award.
Oh.
And he was funny. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, that's what
He
he
was
does,
good.
right?
Yeah.
He is
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. Yeah, he was good. His speech was good, too. Not as remarkable as Ryan Murphy's. But
Got
Will
it.
Smith did also win an
Will
award.
Smith?
Yeah, he did a callback to the Will Smith slap.
Oh, no.
So he said something like, what I've learned in life is pay your taxes, because he got trouble with taxes.
Okay.
Manage your success or manage your life or something, because he had some issues.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever you do, don't, and it's what was said, Will Smith said to Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Keep my wife's name out of your
Yeah.
mouth. Yes. So he made a callback to that.
Oh,
yes.
my God.
Which I'm 50-50 on that one.
Yeah.
Because one, again, it's like, can we move past this and not reference someone who we shouldn't, I don't even want to deal with anymore.
Right.
Think about. But two, I thought some of the jokes, and I thought, like I said, the slap situation were a little bit poking fun at others. Make fun of yourself with these things.
Yeah.
I'm sick of people poking fun at other people. Make fun, like when the host was talking about how it wasn't inclusive, the Golden Globes aren't inclusive. That's fine. You're poking the internal bear. That's fine. But let's stop beating up on other people outside of this.
Yeah.
And keep it internal.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I think we should dive into what we would like to see of the Golden Globes. And I
Yes.
have a lot to say on this,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Oh, God.
But first, you know what? I can't believe we've been so chit-chatty about this.
I know.
Yeah, we already have to take a break again.
Oh, man. All right.
So all of you watching, listening, hang on. We're going to be right back. You are watching and or listening to Streaming Verse here on WHCM. Stick around. We will be right back.
WHCM wishes you a very happy holiday season. In observance of the season, our station will be closed until January 17th, 2023.
But even while we're away, you'll be sure to hear new shows and new music at their regularly scheduled times.
So stay tuned. And thank you for listening to 88.3 WHCM, a broadcast station of Harper College and its Board of Trustees.
We'll see you in 2023. Happy holidays!
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Shut the door! Who are they calling? Young whippersnappers.
Don't have to make all that fuss about it.
Hey there, early bird. Have you heard the news? Carson Starr here. The Star Spotlight is now on 7 days a week.
Monday, Tuesday.
60 minutes of commercial-free music to get your day started right. The Star Spotlight, every day at 6 a.m. here on Harper Radio.
You're listening to WHCM 88.3 FM, Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast service of Harper College and its Board of Trustees. The thoughts and ideas presented on this show are our own and not necessarily reflective of the opinions of WHCM, Harper College, or its Board of Trustees.
That really scared me, not gonna lie.
I'm going for drama.
I was like, oh, cool, you played the cello, I played the violin. You. I was like, oh, my God.
Mine is starting to flash now.
Yeah, see? And then it dies. And you can't stop it from flashing unless you take the batteries out.
And for those of you who are listening to the show, we have lightsabers. We have flashing chopstick lightsabers, and one of mine is on the fritz. And I'm sad.
Yeah. Mine did that a couple weeks ago.
They're very nice to, like, push buttons with.
Right? And the sound, it's so
Strongly
satisfying.
encourage it.
Gonna love it.
All right, so what we were talking about before the break, thanks for coming back, by the way, is things we'd like to see change. And I'm going to start it off with a concept.
Okay.
Because I think I've decided after watching the Golden Globes that they are outdated. They're from a time when people couldn't have access to celebrities the way we do now. I think we wanted to live vicariously through them, and I think some people still do, but I don't need to see your designer dress. I don't care.
You know.
And in terms of access, we have social media. I can see you all the time. I know what you're up to. I don't need to know your inside jokes anymore because I see them on Twitter.
Yeah.
Is kind of my thought. And at the end of the day, all the Golden Globes are, all the Academy Awards are, is resume building. It's for them to show, okay, I did my job this year and I deserve a raise, or yeah, close but not enough because, you know, Joe Schmo was ahead of you in the awards. No one sees my performance reviews.
No.
No one cares about my performance reviews. I don't care about yours. That's my official decision.
Go off. Go off. Yeah. I agree with that though, because like these movies that win all these awards, I will go back and watch and be like, well, I don't really like it. And that's my opinion. It's so subjective. I think art is so subjective. Same with music. Like, how do you decide that this is the best movie or that this person was the best actor? There's no statistics. You can't.
What did you look at?
Right.
Did you look at these 5 movies that I'm never going to watch, but you didn't see these 5 awesome movies I'm going to watch? Like,
right.
Who made this decision? There's so much out there now.
Exactly.
That I don't think the Golden Globes can accurately get a subsection of what, you know, the population of really the world at this point watches. Because there's so much content out there.
Exactly.
And before, there was a lot less in the options. It's completely different now.
Yeah, I completely agree.
So I've decided it's really just for them and their resume.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't care. You're going to now make $50,000 more an episode. I'm not.
Right.
You know?
I don't get paid to sit and watch it. Give me the award.
Yeah, because I had to endure the 2 other bad ones you made before you finally made a good one.
I'm going to add on to that because you were talking about the designer clothing. And I completely agree with that because I watched a video of every single person who got off that red carpet. They got the home stretch and they were like, oh, thank God it's over. And I know that so many celebrities have talked about like how anxiety inducing that is. And well, duh, like a million people with cameras going, hey, look over here, pose, hey, look at me, come talk to me. Are you kidding me? Even just watching the red carpet makes me want to throw up. So like, why is that a thing? Post your outfit on Instagram if you want people to see it. More people will probably see that than watch the red carpet. And it's just a chance for I hate to say it, but the like people like TMZ to get their buzz. I'm sorry.
Yeah. TMZ is better than the rest of them. That's my opinion.
Yeah. But I don't know. Not a fan. Will I watch like Guillermo from Jimmy Kimmel on the red carpet giving drinks to celebrities? Yes, because it's adorable and it's hilarious and they're like, yes, thank God, give me that.
Yeah.
But it just seems like a terrible experience.
Yeah. I don't like getting dressed up like that either. Like, because everything's tight. You know, everything has to stay in place. You're worried about things like slipping and moving and...
Give me my Crocs and my sweatpants and I will kill that red carpet.
I didn't share the first time Jennifer Coolidge was up. She presented an award.
Okay.
And you saw the black sequin gown. But by the way, sequins are in this year, as we saw at the Golden Globes. Anyway, so she was wearing this black gown, some designer, again, I don't know. And she was complaining just like we're talking about. And they're like, well, just wear Crocs underneath it. She's like,
yes.
I can't wear Crocs with this designer dress. And I'm like, I would.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
I wear Crocs with everything. I'm wearing Crocs as we speak, and I
So am I.
Yeah, and I probably have worn Crocs on every single episode of Streaming Burst.
Yep. They're comfy and they're lined and they keep my toes warm.
Mm-hmm.
So, stepping away, departing from my whole decision that it's really just for their resume.
Right.
I've also, like you talked about, like some of these awards, like it's just for them to make more money. So let's give some like more fun awards.
All
Sorry,
right.
there was a little choking there. I was gonna lead off because I want mine out there.
Okay.
And I know you got
Go
a lot.
for it. They're not good.
So mine is who played the best younger version of the lead character.
That's a good one.
And the reason I thought of it is because I've been rewatching Reacher on the series on Prime a lot because it's also my good one to sleep to because of just listening to conversations. And there's this young man, he's 17. His name is Maxwell Jenkins, and he plays the younger version of the main character, Reacher. So I was looking at this thing because I don't remember what I was looking for. Guess what I found out?
Uh-oh.
He also plays the younger version of Will from Sense8.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, he should win the award. He has played the younger version of major characters. So not only am I nominating him, he has won.
Oh, no competition at all.
None.
Just one. I
Yes.
love it. I love it.
Yep. Do we have comments
Yeah,
over there?
sorry, I'm it's not working well for me right now. Megan said it's basically the Golden Globes are a dinner show and known for everyone to get pretty heavy on the drinking.
Yeah.
Which I think, yes, but also that might be why they don't have any awards for like child actors. Because now thinking about it, you don't hear about a 7-year-old winning. I mean, I don't know. I watch my brother, who's not listening right now, but pop in and be like, no,
Yeah, Anna Panikin, I forget what her actual name is. She won like at 7 for the piano. She was really young.
Okay.
But that is, turn the channel, that is for the Oscars. The Oscars is more of like an auditorium.
Right.
Golden Globes encourages, and you're
Yeah.
right. I don't know if anyone that young has been nominated for Golden Globes.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is another interesting thing. Okay, going back to what we were originally talking about, because I'm getting way off track here. I was talking to Chris before the show and found that I can't be funny on demand. So these are terrible categories. Okay, so I was thinking like best character duo, right? Because you see these dynamic duos or whatever all the time.
Yeah.
And why don't we get like a award? I'm sure there is something at like what the daytime Emmys, like do they have daytime Golden Globes for like the behind the camera? I don't know.
You mean behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Well, they technically the director and things like that, but they don't show that anymore because apparently I think they're trying to figure out why they're losing all these viewers, but I think they're going in the wrong direction.
Yeah. But again, like same thing with like best character development, like stuff like that. I would love to see that because so many times in series, especially, there's so much character development that you get so attached, which is my issue, especially when there's like series of movies and I get so attached, and then when something happens, I like mourn for weeks.
That's a good category. I like that.
Thank you. But for best character duo, and keep in mind I was only nominating things that came out in 2022.
Okay.
So my nominations were Wednesday and Enid. Enid, am I saying her name right?
Is that a roommate?
Yeah, the roommate.
I think so.
I don't know. Ginny and Georgia. I'm 2 episodes in, but
they're good. Yes.
Yeah, they're good. And then Drax and Mantis, which came out this year, which was in the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Yes.
And they won because they're just absolutely ridiculous together. It's Drax the Destroyer, who's like an alien who just destroys everything. He was the one who, when we saw the menu I was like, just wait, this is the funniest part.
Yeah.
And he kicked the ball and knocked that kid over. That was him. And then Mantis is the alien with the like antennas, and she's like super like, what? And so then they like teamed up and like did this whole thing to surprise Star-Lord, the main character, and it was adorable. Let's see. Best sequel of the year. There's a lot of sequels. And I feel like sequels or like trilogies in the sense of like movies that come after the first one are never acknowledged.
Yeah.
Most of the
Sometimes
time.
there's a good reason for it.
Well, yes, because typically they're not as good as the first one. But this year, and again, I was only doing it based on what I've seen. So this year we saw Disenchanted, which was the Enchanted sequel, Avatar: The Way of Water, and Hocus Pocus 2.
Yes.
I gave it to Hocus Pocus 2 because
it
was
hands
so
down.
good. I enjoyed it better than the first one. Here we go. This one. Okay, this one should not be a category. Ever. This should not even be a thought in anyone's head, okay?
Okay.
But if you watch the movie, they make a point of explaining why a certain character looks the way that he does. And it's so funny to me because it's a Disney thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, also, I'm not against this in any circumstance. I'm all for it. You do you, whatever. Okay? I need to like line this all out. Because when I say this, you're going to be like, "Oh my god." The worst celebrity cosmetic surgery. Okay? See? You're like, "Oh my god, what is she
Where
doing?"
is she going?
Yeah. But it's Dale from Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers because he had a CGI makeover. So he looks realistic, but Chip looks like the same cartoon. And the whole plot of the movie is basically these cartoon characters are having it kind of explains the Disney like upgrade, like the new the like live actions that aren't like Lion King.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so he's like, yeah, all of these cartoons are getting the CGI surgery and they're moving up in the world, and the other chipmunk didn't get it. So what?
Megan just texted me.
Yeah.
Lisa Marie Presley has passed away. Sorry to interrupt our conversation here real quick, but just in case anyone is listening live right now, earlier today, Lisa Marie Presley went to the hospital. She had cardiac event. I don't know exactly what type of cardiac event, but she was in a coma, and we just found out she just passed away. So she was, I believe, 54 years old. And her father, Elvis, passed away at 42.
54.
Yeah, 42 was her dad, and she was 54, yeah. Yeah, so Lisa Marie Presley has passed away. Sorry to bring you down in the show, but I've been wondering about that all day, too, if she was going to make it.
Jesus Christ.
But on a positive note, she did go to the Golden Globes, and she got to see, I think his name is Austin Butler, win for portraying her father, which made her very happy. So on a positive note, she got to have that experience, and I know she went out that night. But yeah, she has passed away. And I don't know if you know this, but her son passed away 2 years ago, and that I'm sure it's been also hard on her.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back with Streaming Verse with Nina and Chris.
88.3 WHCM, Harper College Radio.
WHCM 88.3 FM is your local college station, based out of the Harper College campus in Palatine, Illinois. Check us out on our site, harperradio.com, or on Twitter @HarperRadio. For all the latest local happenings.
I think we're going to stop there because I think our little, talking about Lisa Marie Presley was our little news event.
Yes.
At that moment. So. Anyway, so let's close out the show.
Okay. I got this. Uh-huh.
I can make a crazy recommendation right now.
Oh, I can make one too. You go first.
Okay. So I decided for some weird reason to I know exactly. It wasn't a weird reason. So I've been listening to the podcast Blockbuster.
Yes.
And the first season they talked about Steven Spielberg, George Lucas. And so I decided I wanted to watch Jaws because it came out when I was a kid. I know I didn't see it in the theater, but I don't know if I've actually ever seen it because it's one of those things where when it's on TV enough, you assume you've seen it.
Yeah, like you've seen enough clips that...
Yeah. So I watched it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it before. It was good. I really liked it. But then I went, and this has to do a little tie-in to your recent topic, I watched 2 of the sequels.
Oh.
Yes. So I watched the second one and was like, okay, and then the third one. I highly recommend if you want to watch chaos as it ensues to watch Jaws 3D. Now, you're not going to see the 3D part.
Right.
But you need to know that this was one of the first 3D movies that was made at that time with whatever technology. There was another one made at the same time, but Jaws 3D did better. But they were only going to have a few things because the one thing about 3D is they always want to be coming towards the camera, right? And the studio made them do a lot. It is the funniest movie to watch because you see these things. There's at one point, and it's Dennis Quaid. I think her name is Tess Armstrong, and then Louis Gossett Jr. So all people who end up doing, fairly well in movies. You might not know that. I think her Bess Armstrong, maybe she's been in a couple of decent movies. She never made it to the A-list, but she was definitely played in a lot of good movies. Anyway, at one point in the thing, the shark is coming, and it's them just all bulging out their eyes.
Oh no!
So funny.
Oh my gosh! See, I haven't seen Jaws. I've never seen it, and I want to watch it. And now I want to watch the entire trilogy. I guess
there's actually a 4th one, but I didn't go that far. I started with 3, but 2 is but 3, hysterical factor. But 1 is really good. Let's face it. 1 is an amazing movie, and it also stars Robert Shaw was in it, and Richard Dreyfuss.
Okay.
So it's a really good movie. It truly is. But
that's so funny.
So hard.
That's so funny. Another weird recommendation. Pearl. I finally watched Pearl, which is a prequel to the movie X, which I still have yet to see, but it's okay, so it's this horror movie, right? About this girl who she just really wants to be a star. And she,
I was wondering why I'd heard of it. I'm like, I know I've heard of this.
Yes, with the she lives on a farm with the what's it called?
The pitchfork?
The pitchfork. Thank you. And I was watching it with my brother, and this is the only reason why I know that there's an actual term for it. It was filmed in Technicolor. So everything is very bright. Everything seems to be great. And you're like, wow, this is beautiful, And then she starts getting a little weird, and you're like, what's going on, girlie? And then, it just, from there, it's, just downhill. But it's so pretty. And I know that sounds insane to say that about it, like a horror movie where people are being killed and, by a pitchfork.
But that's by design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after I watched it made me feel so bad about myself because I'm like, why did I think that, that was so visually gorgeous? And the end credit scene, not the end credit scene, the credits, that was the scariest part for me because she's looking at the camera and she's not blinking and there's a circle and she's smiling like this and then she starts crying because she's smiling and she's not blinking and then it's slowly just and I'm like, close the circle. Get away. That was the scariest part of the movie. But yeah, it was so gorgeous. And it was so
interesting.
bright, and because you watch horror movies and they're all dark and you're just waiting,
Right,
But
right.
this one, I was like, oh, this
So
makes
you
me want to
weren't-
go outside.
Yeah, you weren't unnerved by it the way you should have been because it was too. That's
Yeah.
very, like an interesting psychological study of
Yeah.
watching a film. That's interesting.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed it.
Good. I
Yeah.
mean, good that you enjoyed it, but that's still weird. I
It was
mean,
so
like
weird.
the way you're describing it. Yeah.
So
It'd be
weird.
interesting to see. Didn't Deegan feel the same way?
I don't know.
You mean you and Deegan don't sit down and have major long discussions about
I
how
would
you
still
felt?
be there. And that was like a long time ago. I would still be there. Yeah.
Well, I also wanted to share one other series. I was going to talk about this last week, but I didn't have time. Happy Valley.
Okay.
It's kind of like, this is kind of funny. It's kind of like what you just discussed. It's called Happy Valley, but it's about an actually very bad town, like has drug problems and people are like money issues and things like that. And it's about a woman who's a police officer and dealing with like all the rough side of life, but it's Happy Valley.
Oh my god.
And there was the first 2 seasons were released, and here in the United States, we could have watched them on Netflix. This was a couple of years ago. Then there was like a 4-year break. So if you've seen Happy Valley and you liked Happy Valley, it's back, but you have to have AMC Plus to see it.
Got it.
FYI. But I'm excited because it's English and they're up north. So they're, not as far as like Scotland, but it's like Manchester area, so it's pretty up there and as far as being north, so you have to be prepared to learn your English accents.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not super thick, but I could see people who don't do well with accents having some issues with
like
it.
not being able to understand it.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
it.
And
Got it.
certain phrases. But again, watch your show with subtitles and it'll help.
Yes.
Any last minute recommendations from you?
Okay.
You can say no.
I know I can say no, but if you have not seen Bodies, 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 you have to see it. It is
heard of this.
So stupid, so funny. It's a horror comedy. I've watched a lot of horror movies this past year. It is exactly what my generation would do if they were inserted into a horror movie situation. And I just find it so funny for no reason. And I only saw it once, and we have the DVD, but my brother, is out, so he won't watch it with me again. So I'm just going to watch it by myself, I guess. I'm going to take it in my room.
I say our recommendation to the audience is to watch Bodies, 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 and then Jaws 3D.
Okay. We got our homework.
All right.
Let's do it.
Well, this has been Streaming Verse with Nina and Chris. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Today, talking about Golden Globes, we will be back next Thursday, 7 p.m. here on WHCM 88.3 FM, Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast service of Harper College and its Board of Trustees. And if you would like to see the video, you can head on over to YouTube and look for the Harper Radio channel and check out this show and our past shows as well.
Yep, and make sure to tune in next week. Miss Universe is on TV this Saturday the 14th. And we're going to try and watch that. So you're not going to want to miss what we have to say about that. Just saying.
If you enjoy our comments on the Golden Globes, what was the other one that we talked about?
We ripped it apart. What was it? Oh my gosh.
I can't remember what it was.
I don't know. But I remember ripping something apart.
It's like,
yeah.
And we tore into it.
Yeah. Literally. But yeah, that will definitely happen next week. So make sure you tune in. We will be here. Thank you for listening and have a good dinner.
I'm on a Netflix trip here on my phone, but who I am is in these episodes. So don't you tell me that it's just a show.
Do you love watching movies?
Do you use TV shows as an escape?
Well, you're not alone.
Take a break from your binge watching and tune into Streamingverse with Chris and Nina,
where we talk about all things streaming.
Thursdays at 7 p.m. here on WHCM Harper Radio.
New music right now on Harper Radio.